everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I have another Temu haul to share with you today. Before we get into that, I do have a couple of other things. My usual spiel about the fact that everything will be linked in my description box down below. Also, I will include the ID numbers for the items in case you're in a different country than me. And my affiliate code and my affiliate link is also down there. Mainly for someone who is either new to downloading the Temu app, or if you have deleted it and it's been over 2 weeks and you want to download it again, that code will get you a 30% off your first order and a coupon bundle for future orders. My understanding is possibly that anybody can put that in and maybe get some coupons, but I'm not 100% sure on that. The other thing that I wanted to mention before we get into the haul is that in my last video I had mentioned that I had an idea for a future video, which was to have some of my subscribers or people that view my videos pick out an outfit for me from Temu. For them to figure out what they want to put together for an outfit for me, send it over to an email address, and then my daughter will help me out and she will place the order for these outfits. And then in a future video, once I've got everything, I will do the try-ons of these items. So I had on the last video 4 people who commented that they would be interested in doing that. I have put a post on my community page of my channel page, and just to give the information, so it lists the email address to use and just the details, timeline kind of thing. So the 4 people that had offered to help me out were, their usernames are Wanda M7091, 180s Girl, Carmen G Martinez, and Trendy True North. So, which is Tina, which I'm sure most of you probably already know of Tina over at her channel Trendy True North. So yeah, if you guys that I just mentioned want to check out my community post, or comment below and I will give you further information on this video, then hopefully we can get that going. Alright, now that we've got that out of the way, we will get started with the haul. Alright, so our first item today is this wipe container. It's just made of plastic. Currently, to purchase this, it is $5.59 for 3 out of the 5 colors it's available in, and the other 2 colors are $7.05. So the colors that you can get are completely white, one that is completely black, one that is completely gray, and then there are 2 like this sort of setup where the bottom part is white and then the lid is a different color. So I've got pink, and then there's also a green color. This is 7.4 inches in width, 4.8 inches deep, I guess, and 1.95 inches in height. It does open up and you have like this section here where you can pull the wipes out from. It is just kind of a pressure fit. So, and it does have a bit of a seal. I'm not sure how well you'll see it, but there is like a kind of rubber seal here. So it will help hopefully hold the moisture in. So I just wanted this because I use wipes when I'm cleaning my pasta machine when I'm doing polymer clay. That is what a lot of people suggest you use to clean the blades. So I had like a travel package of wipes and it was just getting dried out. So I just wanted something that I could store the package in, so hopefully it will retain the moisture. And yeah, I'm happy with it. The quality seems nice. It is good and sturdy. It's not like a flimsy plastic, but yeah, I'm happy with this. I think it's a good deal. The next item that I got is this tattoo lip gloss. So it just came with the package, and then you get 2 of these little applicators, I guess. It is this is what the applicator of the actual tube looks like. So this is currently $3.26 to purchase. The listing in the photos shows 6 different colors, but the listing only actually has 4 colors available. The color that I got is color 3. Now when I received this, it was literally just in a bag like this. There was no box on it. There was plastic on the tube, so it was sealed that way. But there was no packaging as far as any kind of instructions. So I did go back to the listing, and it does show on the listing the instructions for it. I just wasn't sure how long you were supposed to leave it on. I've never used anything like this before. So it just says to apply it a good thick layer. Try to be consistent with your application. And then it says to let it dry for 8 to 10 minutes. And then it should be ready to peel off, and you're supposed to peel from the corners of your mouth inward. I will insert like photos here. I've got a photo of before while I've got this on my lips, and then an after. It is what my lips are kind of like colored now. I do have a kind of sheer lip balm type thing on over top of it, but it did work. I don't really like it. The colors maybe not quite what I was hoping for. It tastes disgusting. I don't know if all of these types of things taste gross, but not that I was trying to taste it, but I was finding that putting it on, it seemed to end up on my teeth, and then I don't know. It does not taste good, but it did work. I find it maybe seems a little messy. That might just be me. And yeah, I don't know. It honestly feels like there's hardly anything in here. It says on it 14 mils, but I really had to squeeze it up close to the top to get product out. Like squeezing it down at the bottom really wasn't doing anything. So I don't think it's a ton of product. I just used the actual applicator and put it on. It probably would be maybe a little neater doing it with this. I don't know if I would continue to use it. I mean, if it's the kind of product that you like, I guess probably, I mean, it works. It did stain my lips. I just don't like this type of product, I guess. I don't think I would buy another one. I may continue to use it because it would be a little bit nice to have a little bit of color added to my lips, so that if I'm going out, it's just kind of that light hint of color with maybe just like a lip balm over top. But yeah, I can't say that it's my favorite kind of product. It just feels gross kind of on. It didn't taste good. It peeled off fine for the most part. There was a couple of spots where I had put it maybe a little thinner, and those parts I kind of had to wipe off with a tissue. But for the most part, where I got it on the thicker sort of layer, it peeled off nicely, and it did give me color. So I guess it's a good product. I just don't like. So do with that what you will. The next item that I got is this powered earwax remover. This is currently $38.50. I did manage to get it. I don't know if you guys have noticed a lot of it, but there seems to be like extra discounts that are on things. Like you just kind of have to watch. So if you are scrolling with all the items listed there, it'll show a price and it'll say that there's an extra amount off. When you actually click into the listing for an item that's like that, it doesn't look like there is anything extra off, but when you add it into your cart, it does take that off. Now those are you pretty much always time limited discounts, so if it is something that you're interested in and it has that discount, you kind of need to check out within a fairly short period of time. I'm not 100% sure. I think it does tell you when it's going to be over. So, but you just need to make sure you check out while it's still in that time frame. So I got this for around about $26 because of one of those discounts. So I have seen this on Cheryl for Peace's channel, and Trendy True North bought it. So I am going to give it a try while we're on here. I haven't cleaned my ears real recently because I knew this was coming and I wanted to be able to try it. So we will see how that goes. It comes with the instruction booklet, the USB cord for charging it. This is the actual unit here. So I have put some water in here. and it came with a nozzle already on here. This nozzle has 5 holes in it. You get 12 nozzles in total, so they come in a little bag. And there's 3 different types of nozzles. There is a nozzle that has 1 hole in it. I'm sure it probably won't be visible on camera, but so this one has 1 hole. Then we've got this one that has 3 holes. And then like the one that's on it, this one has 5 holes. So it does recommend that when you are using it for the first time that you use the nozzle with 5 holes in it, because then it's going to be a more gentle stream of water, whereas if it's just the 1 hole, it's going to be like more of a direct shot in your ear. So now it does also have different functions on it. So it's got kind of like a low, and then it's got a pulse, and then a sort of stronger force. So again, it recommends for first time using it just to use it on the lowest level. It is a dual tank in here, so this half here we have the water in, and then there is like a little hose going down into it, and then this side here is empty currently. When you use it, it's going to rinse your ear, and then after, the water is going to end up in this side. So like I said, I'm going to give it a try. I've actually never had my ears cleaned. Like, I know my mom has been to the doctors before, and they've cleaned her ears by using water. I've never had that, so I really don't know what this is going to be like. So it has right on here the instructions. It says long press, power on, short press, to start or pause it, and to start or pause the water spray, and then a long press to turn it off. And then there is the other button down below for the to change the mode, sort of between the lighter force of pressure, the pulse, or the stronger. So I will say, looking at the listing again, I don't know if I guess I didn't notice it before, but one of the pictures, it says intelligent sewage separation system, which just sounds kind of gross, but I mean, I get where they're going with it. So it does say when you are doing whatever ear you're doing, you should lean your head to that side. So just hold it up there, make sure you get a good seal. This is kind of like a silicone or rubber sort of piece. So get that in, you know, put the nozzle in your ear, get a good seal at your face, and then turn it on, and we'll see how this goes. So, oh goodness. So I don't feel anything. I'm assuming it's doing something, but I don't feel it. There's a little bit of water in the other side. I guess maybe I just need to do it longer. It does also have on here like the percentage battery that it has. It's got a flashing H on it. I'm not sure what that has to do with. Maybe that, oh, that was on high. Go figure. So that was on high and I didn't feel a thing. Okay, well, we'll try it again. It is kind of noisy here, but I don't know, guys. I'm not getting much water in this side, so I'm not sure if it's actually doing a whole lot. I think I might have a defective one. I'm going to turn this on while it's not in my ear. Oh, there we go. That's why nothing's happening. No water is coming out of it. Well, that is a sad, sad thing. It doesn't work. It's not squirting the water out, and I'm not sure why. I'll have to maybe fiddle with it, but it's probably going to be going back. Alright guys, so I fiddled with this ear cleaner thing a little bit. Apparently the hose connecting to the bottom of the main unit was a little loose, so once I got that properly pushed in, it is now working. So I'm going to give it a try, clean my ear, and we'll see how it goes. It definitely was shooting water out, so we will see how that goes, but hopefully it's not bad. All right. Oh, I'm not going to have it on high. No! Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, well. Camera's all wet now. Okay. So clearly you can see that it is shooting water out. Yeah. Okay. See. Do this again. Okay. We're gonna put it up to my ear now before we start this thing again. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's cold. It said it was supposed to be warm water, and it was warm water, but because it's been sitting now longer, it's a little on the cold side. All right. Okay, that actually has made me feel a little dizzy. Okay, I should have brought a towel. Okay. I guess my ears are cleaner than I thought because there's nothing in there really. Oh, a little bit in my ear there. Oh goodness, I'm not sure about this, guys. That actually did make me feel quite dizzy. Now I am prone to a bit of vertigo, so, and motion sickness. But yeah, that it might not be the thing, for me. But it does work. So I do think it would work well. Was definitely recommend. Absolutely, you should start on the low level because that was the low level, and the 5 nozzle. I can't imagine what the high level with like the 1 hole in the nozzle feels like because that was a lot. And it went through the water pretty quick because this was, where's the line? The maximum line here is up here, so this was pretty much full. And yeah, now it's down here. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it does work though. So the next item that I got is a mini LED nail light. This is a here, which I don't know, I like it. I think it looks pretty. This is currently $3.78, and yeah, it's just a mini light for curing your nails. So if you do gel polish that needs to be cured with LED UV light, my use for it is going to be with my resin. I have had somewhat of an issue. I've tried a couple of different resins, but I find that sometimes if it's extra small pieces of clay that I'm putting resin on, it sometimes overflows, and that's an error on my part. I'm obviously putting too much, but I get overflow sometimes or not quite enough, and so you have it that it kind of pulls away from the edges of the piece. So I'm hoping that maybe with something like this that I can maybe do a quick perimeter around the edge and cure it with this. So it has came with a USB cable. And then there is a little power button on this side here. And so when you turn it on, it shows it's counting down. So it gives 45 seconds or 60 seconds. Not sure how you change it to 60. Oh, okay. So if I press and turn it on and then press and hold, it will change to 60. So, and there is the light. So you can see it shining on my hand there. And yeah, so hopefully it'll help with the process to get my resin cured a little more evenly. So yeah, I'm happy with it. The next item that I got is some, they call them nail foils. I'm not 100% sure why they're called nail foils, because these are not foil in any way, shape, or form. But anyway, you get 10 rolls and it is $3.24 for this set. And these are for doing your nails. So there is a transfer glue gel stuff that you have to buy to use it on your nails. It's just like a nail polish bottle, and you would put your base coat on, then you would put a coat of the transfer gel on and then cure it, and then you put these on top of your fingernail and rub it, well, trim a piece off, put it on your nail, and then you have to rub it onto the surface, and then you peel the backing off and it should leave the design on your nail. Now, I'd seen people using these on polymer clay, so that is what I was getting it for. I have since ordered the stuff for using it on your nails because it might be kind of fun to try that too. And it also, I don't know if it would work better on the polymer clay. I'm not sure if it'll react with polymer clay or not, but so you get the 10 rolls, and I thought you got, the listing shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 20 different patterns on it, and it said you got 10 strips. So I thought you were just getting 10 random of the patterns that were available, but these actually have multiple designs on a roll. So like, I'll take this one out. So this one, when you unroll it, it has 3 different designs here. So you've got this blue and pink plaid sort of, and then you've got this one that's a bit more orangey and blue looking, and then you've got this, actually this has got 4 on it, and then like another plaid sort of. So that was a nice surprise when I opened it up. Like I said, I thought from the photos it said 10 rolls, and in the photo of the rolls in the container, you can't tell that there's multiple patterns on each roll. So I really thought I was just getting 10 patterns. But yeah, so okay, so there is, I guess, 4 on each. So that's a lot of different patterns that you're getting. So these ones, there are some in them, and I'm not sure why, but like they have a little print on here. It says Cusa Collection Fingertip Worker. So that's kind of annoying that they put those words across, you know, part of the pattern. So those are areas that you're not going to be able to use of it. But yeah, so it just is like a plasticky sort of material. And then the design is on the back here. So for polymer clay, what I've seen people use is this type of glue. This is a 2-way glue. I have had this for a while, so it didn't work the best for me. And I'm not sure if it's because the glue I have is kind of old. It was sealed, so it was like newly opened, but yeah, I'm just not getting the best results. So this glue here is supposed to go on like a pale blue color, and then you can use it immediately. Like you can, if you're using this glue, you can put it on and then glue something together, and you will have a permanent bond. So if you, I guess maybe I should do it wet then. I might have to try that. So when you first put this on, it's supposed to be like a light bluish kind of color. If you stick something with it while it's wet, like put 2 things together while it's wet, once it dries, it is supposed to give a permanent bond. Whereas if you let this dry first, it dries to like a clear color. And then if you put something on it, you could remove it off, so it's a temporary hold. So the instructions I had seen for using with polymer clay had said to let it dry, but I've got multiples here. I just did some white clay just so I wasn't using any nice colors or anything, but yeah, I wasn't having the greatest luck with it. Like you can see, like there's parts in amongst it. Some are worse than others, that's for sure. Like this one has a spot right down the middle of it that it didn't stick to. So does this one, has a couple of spots. So I was really kind of disappointed. I did get a couple that turned out not too bad. So there's this one here. And then this one. So I think if I can just get the hang of it, that maybe it will be a nice way to add some patterns onto polymer clay for earrings and stuff. But as of right now, I can't say I feel like it was very successful. I do think I will go back and try it with putting the little strip on the polymer clay earring while it's still wet, leaving it to completely dry and then pulling it off and seeing if that makes a difference, because I'm just not getting the best result by letting the glue dry first and putting it on. I'm just getting it kind of patchy. So that's going to be my next try. If I get a much better result with that, I will update that in a future video. Like I said, I have ordered the glue that the transfer gel that you're supposed to use with it for your nails. But I know there are some gel polish type stuff that they say just isn't compatible with polymer clay, that it makes the clay tacky. So I don't know if that would work on the clay or not, but if this doesn't really work for me with the clay because I'm not getting good enough results, then I will use them on my nails. The next item that I got was a set of 4 Chameleon glitters for doing nails. The set of 4 was $207. Now the listing has 12 different colors in the photos. I'm not sure, because you only get 4 and you don't get to choose. I'm not sure if the listing is just showing other colors or if you might get different colors than the 4 I got if you were to order from the same listing. I'm really not sure. But anyway, the 4 that I got are these. So this is kind of an orangey looking one. And then this is kind of a green, but it has like a bit of an orange look to it, depending on how you see it. And then we've got this pink purple sort of chameleon powder. And then this one is just kind of like a blue, maybe a little bit of purple look to it. So I got these to use with my polymer clay. I have used Chameleon mica powders before on polymer clay, and it does give a nice result. So I'm hopeful that these will work as well. I don't think there's any problem with me using ones that are intended for nails on polymer clay, so hopefully it goes fine. But I figured, you know, for a couple of bucks I would give it a try and see how it goes. So yeah. The next item that I got is this portable pump vacuum sealer. This, I don't know how I got it cheap, but I got it for like $13. Maybe it was an up to 90% off coupon. It seems like it's been so long since I've had one of those coupons, but I'm thinking maybe that's what it was, because the current price for this is $43.48. So, and this is what it looks like. Has this little part to it as well. Along with the unit, you get your instructions, you get the charging cord for it, you get some labels, and a little vacuum seal bag, and some mason jar lids. So, oh, and a little opener, jar opener. So this is intended for use with mason jars, and you can also use it, like I said, it came with a bag, so it can be used to seal these bags. You just have to use it over top of the little valve here on the bag. and it has the ability to use it with different sized mason jars. So if you have it just this piece here, you're using this for the wide mason jars. And then you have this piece here, which you can then attach. And then it is sized for a regular sort of sized mason jar. So this is the size of like the wide mouth ones. And then this is the smaller, like regular sort of size. And then there's also this piece, which is the main reason I got it. I don't really do any canning and stuff. My husband occasionally does because it's something that his mom did when he was growing up, whereas that's not anything my mom ever did. So this just goes in and then you just twist it to sort of secure it. So, and then this is the piece that you would put over top of the valve to vacuum seal the air, or suck the air out of the bag. And like I said, that's the main reason I got this. We have a 3D printer and we have the filament. We have bags pretty much the same as these that we have for storing the filament in, and it's important to keep your filament dry. So having it sealed in a bag is really the best way to store it. So I got this so that I could put it on the valves and have it suck the air out. We did have like a manual hand pump one that we were using, but you know, if you've got multiples that you need to seal up, it gets to be a little bit tedious doing it by hand. So I got this. I will say it was a little bit finicky because when the filament is in the bag, it's kind of hard to get this sitting nicely on top of the valve here to get the air to suck out. Once I got it placed correctly, I mean, it did work well, but it was a little bit fiddly the first time I tried to use it. But yeah, like I said, I don't really do any canning. My husband has done a couple of times, made some jam. So we will definitely try it out with the mason jars, but so far I've only used it with the vacuum seal bags. And yeah, like I said, a little fiddly to begin with, but I did get it to work. If I wanted to seal some food in this, you know, and it wasn't like super full, I'm sure it would be a lot easier than when I was trying to seal the bag with the filament in it. But yeah, so it has the spot on top here where you plug it in to charge, and then it has the power button, and it is kind of loud. It's not too bad, I suppose. When you turn it on, it starts counting. So yeah. And then we just turn it off. So yeah, I'm super happy with this. Super happy I got the awesome deal on it that I did. I probably wouldn't have purchased it for $43 because, like I said, we already had a hand pump for sealing the filament in bags, and we really don't do canning. So I don't think I would have spent that much money for the sake of sealing some bags over using the hand pump, but for $13, definitely a deal. But I think it would be fabulous. I'm assuming, maybe wrongly, I don't know, but I'm assuming it would work well on the mason jars because it did seal the bag nicely. And yeah, so if you're someone who does canning, give it a try. Maybe, I don't know, if we get to some canning done and it works super well, or if it sucks really badly. I guess it's supposed to suck, isn't it? If it doesn't work well, I will be sure to update you. But yeah, it's working for my purposes and I'm happy with it. The next item that I got as part of one of the calendar promos. It was my ultimate gift for it. So it is a kitchen storage rack. Obviously it's going to be kind of hard to show this because it is relatively big, and I will insert some photos from the listing, or I'll take some photos of it. It does come unassembled, so you do have to put it together. And it's, did I say currently $45.47 for it? So yeah. So I was super happy. Oh wait, maybe it's more than that. $46.23, because there's two different ones. There is a 4-layer one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's a 3-layer one. So the 3-layer one is 45.47, and the 4-layer one is 46.23. So the smaller one is 23 inches, 23 and a half inches wide, and 30 inches in height, 13 inches in depth, and then the distance between the shelves is about 9.5 inches. The one that I got is 31 and a half inches wide. It's 42 and a half inches in tall, and it's pretty much the same depth. The distance between the shelves is 9.5 on the bottom shelves, it says, and then it says the top shelf is bigger. I'm not sure. That doesn't really look any different, but let's pull out my measuring tape. Yeah, I don't know why it shows that on the listing, because it shows that the distance between the top section here and the first shelf is supposed to be just over 13 inches, and then the other two are just about 9.5 inches, but on mine they're evenly spaced, so I'm not sure what that's about. Anyway, it is metal, so the stand is made of metal, the shelves are metal, they are pretty thin, but that's okay. And then it has these thin wire baskets, so there's 3 baskets on mine, and then there is 3 lower shelves, and then the top surface that you can put stuff on. I'm happy with this. I think for the price it is a nice quality. My only issue is the size of it is going to be bigger than I was anticipating. I was worried about the length of it for it to fit where I was planning on putting it, which we have a pantry cupboard. It's not like a full-on pantry, but it is a pretty deep cupboard. And so we currently have a cart in there, but it's not the most steady cart. So this is definitely steadier than the one we currently have. And I was just worried about the length of it. I didn't take into consideration the height. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with it. It is on wheels. So I guess if it's a little tall, we could potentially take the wheels off. But at the same time, we wanted something on wheels to be able to pull it out, because we don't have a lot of counter space. So my intent was to put like our KitchenAid mixer, and we have a bread maker, or I don't think what else we have in the cupboard. Just different appliances like that. We have a Ninja Creamy. So just things like that we could have on it in the pantry cupboard and pull out when we want to use. But yeah, it is bigger than I was expecting. So I will also say that if you're not one to put things together, this is the extent of the instructions. So it wasn't like difficult, but yeah, it's not really descriptive in how you're supposed to put it together. It's just some pictures and stuff, and then it came with a little Allen key and a little wrench for assembling it. And yeah, it didn't take long. It wasn't hard to do. It was just figuring out exactly where each piece was supposed to go based off of a picture. So yeah, I am happy with it, and yeah, I would recommend it. All right, and okay, our last 2 items are clothing items. The first one is this t-shirt. This is plus size. It's available in sizes 0XL through 6XL, so nice big range. And it is also available in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 different colors. So the color I got is called burgundy. It is like a heathered sort of color. So, and the material is polyester. It is 100% polyester. It does feel like other t-shirts I've gotten that the listing says are 95% polyester, 5% elastane. So it is soft t-shirt feeling material. It is kind of like, I don't know, is it is that called a raglan, or is it only called a raglan if the sleeves are a different color than the other? I feel like, you know, the fact that the seam goes down on an angle off of the neck area is, I feel like that's called a raglan. Anyway, it is short sleeve. It is long, which is part of the reason I chose it, is because it's long, and I like my t-shirts long because I like to cover my butt. However, it's just okay. I don't know if I said, it's currently $14.62 for the burgundy color. I'm not sure. They're all $12.74 for that one, $13. So all sort of similar price, $12 to $14 for them. I can't say that I particularly like how the collar is done. Most of the times on t-shirts, if it's like an actual separate piece and not just something folded over, this would be more of a ribbed sort of fabric, whereas this is just strictly the t-shirt material folded over to make a neckline, which I don't think looks very good. But yeah, I will put it on. I'm not keeping it. I don't like how it fits. It's just nothing special. So go ahead, and I really need to get my room organized again so that I can actually do proper try-ons rather than what I've been doing these past few videos. But with me kind of getting more craft stuff out, yeah, I don't have the space here for doing what I used to do, so, which is unfortunate, but I will still try it on so you guys can see it on. So I got this in a 3XL, so I do think it maybe fits maybe a little big, because I feel like it's wider on me than what other 3Xs are off of Temu. So yeah, but yeah, it's long. Like, it comes down like past my butt, like a couple of inches past my butt, so it is super long. I mean, it's okay. It's nothing special. I mean, I was complaining in my last video about the t-shirts being too short and boxy. Well, this is certainly not too short, so this is very long. But yeah, so if you like the style of it, quality wise, I do think it feels pretty nice. But yeah, just straight. There's no real shape to it, but material's nice and soft, feels good. Yeah, it's okay, but I'm not going to hang on to it. I'm going to send it back. And the last item is, like I said, another piece of clothing. It is this cardigan. They call it a solid color casual hollow cardigan, I guess because there's holes in it. It says it's long sleeve. It's like a 3/4 length sleeve. It does not have buttons on it. It just has a string attached on either side here. So there's a string on either side for you to tie. The current price for it is $15.98. They only have it in this color here, and it's plus sizes available in 1XL through 3XL. I got it in the 3XL. This is polyester, yeah, 100% polyester knit fabric. It seems nicely made. I have bought other things like this in the past. I don't know why I gravitate towards things like this particularly, but I do. So that's why I need your help with these. That's why I reached out and said, please, can some of you help create outfits for me from Temu, to see if maybe somebody else might pick something that I wouldn't look at and think, hey, I should get that. And maybe I'll try it on and really like it. So that is the reason for me wanting to try that. So we will go ahead and try it on. It is a shorter length. Try not to catch my ring on it because I think I'm probably gonna send this back. I'm finding that I don't really like this kind of color on me. I think it's a little too close to my skin tone. So yeah, I don't know. so it just has this tie here, so that's the only sort of thing for if you wanted to have it somewhat staying closed. And yeah, like I said, about 3/4 length. It is nice material. It feels well made. Comes down, basically cuts me at probably my widest point, which again is not ideal. So yeah, I do quite like it. It's kind of nice for, you know, warmer weather, when if you're like me and don't necessarily like to go out and say like a tank top, then you could have a tank top and then something like this over top, and I don't know, then you feel a bit more covered up, but it's still, because of all the holes in it, it's still, you know, lightweight and breezy. So that is why I like this kind of thing. But yeah, I think I need to just sort of change what I pick, and I need help with that. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Maybe you saw something you liked. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time. Bye.